Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rob, your host. Welcome to Market Mornings from WealthBuildersHQ.com. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you'd please go ahead and let me know in the comment section that you can, I would greatly appreciate it. Hey, I got you there, Robert. Let's crush it today. Last day of the, well, for me, the last day of the week. I'm not doing anything on Friday. It is a vacay day for me, but I don't normally trade on that Friday. I may manage some positions, but that's it. Hey, Jeff, how you doing, my friend? All right. So let's jump in. Keep in mind that everything we go through this morning is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice and or recommendations. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into the market. Let's first start off with the pre-market futures. So we have the ES to get started with. And what's the ES doing? Very interesting, huh? Here is, let me get a pen, not a square. Here's yesterday's 5 p.m. close, 6 p.m. open. Actually, let me show you a little more time before I do that, just so you can get a better view of what the end of day brought yesterday. Right? So there's the 5 p.m. close. There's the 6 p.m. open. Right? So we had this slop yesterday. We finished with a nice move up, kind of opened flat, slight drift up, a small drop down, a little bounce, gave us a high back up to about where we were, the highs near the end of the day. And then we've been in sell-off mode ever since, a little bit pre-European market open, but ever since that time, we've been in sell-off mode on the ES. We are now down 22 points. We'll take a look at the daily chart in a second on ES. YM is down 179 points right now. Very familiar pattern to what we just saw on the ES. When it comes to the NQ, which is the NASDAQ, once again, similar pattern, but they're down 108 points today. Really strong move down for them. RUT 2000, go baby, go. I want them to go down. That's good. I am plenty far enough away. Tuesday is my expiration on the RUT contract, so they should expire worthless. I am 170, 80 points away from my upside. So we could move to it, but probably not. But we're down about 17 points on the RUT. Bitcoin is down at 56,000, right? A little bit of chop as it normally has overnight like that. Then we've got gold. Gold is down a little bit today. Right, it had a nice rounding top pattern and then just failed out there. We're actually up. We're still up from close about 90 cents, buck, somewhere around there. Then we look at crude oil. Come on, baby. I start making my phone calls today. So crude took a nice increase yesterday towards the end of the day, put it back up near the highs of Wednesday. Today, we've pulled back a little bit, 78 and jingle right now, 78.5. And that gas has had a nice spike in the last couple of hours. All right. So if we switch back over, I want to take a look first at the S&P 500, right? Just to get a better idea of what it has done. Okay. We pushed up to the all-time high previous day. Yesterday, we closed back up into a bullish bias. And this morning, on futures, and realize the futures are slightly different than the actual indexes, but on the futures, we're at 46.66. So we are down below this 46.72.65 level. If that's the case, guys, we have moved down into a bullish neutral bias, but come off of this sideways, topping type pattern that may give us some continuation down. We're going to have to see where the market goes. All right, so with that, let's go take a look at some pre-market candidates. All right, so here's my list. If you just check out what's on the bottom right of my screen, I can never get through it all, but these are the ones that I'm looking at today, right? Here's the movers and shakers, which we'll be talking about this morning now. Here's everything off my Pop 5K, a couple of zero-line breakout trades that we'll be looking for, right? I'm always looking at the rod. So let's go ahead and let's pop this one open big. And let's go to Deere, DE, right? Deere, finally, the news that comes out is not about a contract negotiation. It is about earnings. Their earnings were good. They're up right now this morning about $11. I will be looking at a bull put spread on Deere, right? So that's number one. JWN, right, which is Nordstrom retail, right? You know, when actually, let me go with the next one with that. So right now we're at about $24. We are down $8 on Nordstrom from $32 to $8. There's a 24% drop in price on their earnings, right? If we look at the next, so it's a bear call spread, but if we look at the next candidate, which is GPS, which is the Gap, once again, 20% drop on the Gap, $4 in jingle, also a bear call spread. But guys, listen, if you remember yesterday, we went over a lot of retail candidates yesterday. Most of it, for the most part, they were all down. Some of them down really big, right? And now here we have two major retailers that are down big. Percentage-wise, 20% of their value gone overnight. That's big, right? Is that part of what Wall Street is looking at with what's going on? Now, I understand there's other components to it, right? Spending bills, all the political kookiness that's going on around the country, you know, both sides of the aisle and the middle, all of them, right? There's way too many politicians. There are politicians that have way too much power and way too much control. And I think Wall Street is looking at that going, I don't know if this is really the best for the country. But now on top of that, what are the reasons? Supply chain, cost, shipping. It was one of them. It was either Nordstrom or Gap had said that they had huge shipping costs. They came out in their report that they had huge shipping costs were contributing to their losses. They cut forecasts moving forward. All of these things, the earnings are the earnings. This is what's happened. That forward-looking statement is what makes the bigger hit in many cases on what the stock does. So retailers not really looking so good today, right? All right. So we got GM. Hey guys, what? Just out of curiosity, drop them in. What stocks did you trade yesterday? Let me know. How is trading going, and drop them in. What candidates did you trade? I want to talk about one in particular from yesterday that we took, one from here that we can go over. So Booking, BKNG, right? They're down a little bit in pre-market, and they're down on buying a private company. I think it was a Swiss company that they're buying. They're down about $46. You know, multi-billion-dollar company here with Booking. I don't know how much it will affect them long-term. I think this is just a news reaction. I don't like a lot of you got to be cautious on Booking. It is not an easy stock for many people to trade because there is low open interest, tremendous bid-ask spreads. But a bear call spread would what we'd be looking at on this one. Certainly not anything on any kind of naked position. So definitely would be a spread. All right, so there we are with Booking. Let's go look at Vmware. So Vmware is an earnings company. They came out with not as good as expected. Once again, chips, right? So 298, they're down about 2.5%. Bear call spread will be what we're looking at on Vmware. Dell. All right, so Dell took a nice little pop. They're up about 81 cents, 1.48%. It was on earnings. Dell was a magic company before they went and closed out, bought the stock back, went private, went back public again. Bull put spread will be the potential on this. They're not up a whole lot. If I can't get some more legs on the open of the market, I'm probably not going to do it. PSTG is a weird symbol. I just can't get it right. Pure Storage Inc. Right? They closed at 27. They're at 29.80 right now. They came out with earnings. Apparently they were good. Storage as well, right? People got lots of stuff because they got lots of money. They need places to put it because they don't have the room to put it in their house. My dad's friend owned an apartment, shows up at my dad's house one day, and he's got this 25-foot ladder on his roof. And he told my dad, look, I just bought this at a garage sale. This is a great deal. My father said, you live in an apartment. Where are you going to put it? He had to rent a storage space to put a ladder that he bought. Really? Great deal. There you go. Bull put spread on this for sure is a consideration, but I will be looking at naked puts on this as well. Right? That's a big one for me. Jack, J-A-C-K. You ain't got Jack, baby. So J-A-C-K got downgraded to a hold from a buy. I wanted you to see it. You got a couple of hash marks there. not a big deal. Not a lot of activity going on. May not be a lot of tradability in the pre-market. But those hash marks are usually caution to me if that's all I see. And when I say hash marks, guys, it's these little dashes right here. There's really not much happening there. They got downgraded, but they weren't downgraded by a big name company. I forgot who it was, but it really wasn't a big name company. They were downgraded from a buy to a hold. So they were telling their clients, you should buy this stock. And now they're telling the clients, whoa, you probably should hold onto the stock, all right, instead. So no more buying for them. All right, I want to take a look from yesterday. And yesterday we looked at Dollar Tree. That was one of the candidates we brought in yesterday, right? And look what happened with Dollar Tree. They had a small drift going down yesterday. And remember, all of these are on my list, guys. One of my windows, this is it. This is the window that I look at when I trade off of. This is my standard 4-pack that I call it a 4-pack, although there's 5 charts. But that's because I've got the pre-market chart in the upper right-hand corner that I use for this time of the day. After that, I don't pay any attention to that. I use the 1, the 5, the 30, and the daily chart in there. And when I looked at Dollar Tree, right, if we go back and look at the daily chart, looked at Dollar Tree, when we finally opened up yesterday, right? This was yesterday. We opened up. We had opened slightly above where we had closed. Okay, so much for news, right? Let's see what it does. We got a nice breakout of that 135.41 level, right? And that really is the key level. 136.41. That is the key level for us. So if we look at Dollar Tree and we look at, let's put this down as 136.41. All right. You look at that candle in there, we got the break above that line. I mean, look at it. On the first candle, we went from 133 to 141.5, right? Not a trade for me, too fast of a move. But guys, look what happened. We got this pullback, and we're looking at that 136.41 level. Look what my wick came down to. My wick stretched down to a low here of 136.84. Well, 136.84, 136.41. We're talking about 43 cents we missed, nailing our support level, and we bounced. As we came back up, what else did we bounce off of? The 8 moving average. Okay, boom. That's the opportunity right there as the potential entry into the trade, right? What did we do yesterday? The 130 calls were trading about $8 at that time, all right? And if we look, just had to do that to get the option chain. And that would have been a day trade. This was news. Nothing to do with holding overnight, right? Even if you held it till the end of the day, guys, they were $14.90 as the mid price. Now, they were up a little bit higher. They got up to about $18 in jingle yesterday. But even if you held on to them until the end of the day and got out at $14, got in at $8, was a great trade. That's a trade that could make your entire week, that one right there, right? So hopefully you guys that's why I asked what stocks or what candidates are you trading? Did you take any trades from what we looked at here yesterday, right? Let's see. So good trade, good setup, good structuring. I like it a lot. All right, here's the next part, guys. Tell me what candidate you want me to take a look at for you today. Let's jump in and look at some of those. While you're typing those in, guys, zero line breakout trades are absolutely amazing, right? I love the setups and the structures. Adobe is one of them that's setting up right now, right? If we can get a bounce off of that 659.19 level, right? This zero line breakout trade is absolutely outstanding, all right? It is just phenomenal. And if we can get that bounce, if we can get that move off of that 659 level, ideally we test and bounce. There's a great trade setup in there. And our results have been very positive lately. Although the last 3 trades that we put in, that we set up, had blown right through our numbers. We never got a hit. I got one more that we've got to add to here that never gave us a test, right? It just skyrocketed. Went in the right direction, but it never retested and bounced. So they were just breakout type trades. But, you know, over the course of 34 trades, 18,947 is where we're at. So if you guys listen, if you want to learn how we do these trades, I'll put a link to the description in the description down below of a video training that I did right here on YouTube, of a training that I did on how to trade those. And then if you go over to Trading Like a Boss, you can register. It's free, and you'll get notifications every time we send a new candidate out. You'll get notifications for that. And if you want to learn how we trade fibs and use them, it's all here. Everything on this page is all free for you. So take advantage of it. It's tradinglikeaboss.com. All right, so let's see. We got a couple candidates that you guys said you're looking at for potential trade setups. So let's go look. So General Motors, GM. All right, there we go. There's the entire fib. So GM would take a break out of the 63.44 and a bounce for me to want to take anything on that. And we're looking at a resistance of 67.43. Right? So that's, there you have GM. Gina, hope that helps. Karen's asking for NVIDIA. And remember, folks, this is our last show at this time. Right? We're not doing it next week at this time. We're not doing it more this week. Friday, we're off. We're not trading Friday. Right? We're not teaching anything on Friday. We're not training. But come Monday, we will be at 8:30 a.m. Eastern is when the start time of the show will be. So make sure you make notification of that on your calendars. All right. Let's see. We're a little too zoomed in there for NVIDIA. I think we're okay there. Good. So NVIDIA is in an interesting place, Karen. We're above the 8. But we've got a resistance right above our head. Our 8 is close enough to that 308.05 level. So if we can get a retest of that 308.05, let's see. NVIDIA is one that I trade all the time. So in pre-market, pre-market, so we've rolled over. We're at 312.15. So if we can retest near that 308 level, Karen, and bounce, get us back up near that 311, or back up above the 311.5, then you've got an entry. Your stop's going to be somewhere down here, but you've got an entry with a target of resistance up to 323. So we're looking at about 321 as our target for exit on that. So I hope that helps. Robert, let's see. Robert asked for NVIDIA also. Good, we've got that. SPY. All right, SPY, almost exactly the same as what I said on NVIDIA, Robert. The difference is we have a little bit of a distance that we have moved. Yes, it's a little tight. That's tough. All right, my 8 moving average is a little high. You got to be careful. My risk in this trade is going to be down below 466. My 8 is up at 460. We're at 467. Oh, we don't have a whole lot of room in here. Oh yeah, it's only $4 in here. Oh, it's SPY. Duh. Okay. So, but my risk is going to be down below the 466. For some reason, I'm thinking we're still in NVIDIA. We're down below the 466. I really would like to see my moving average not higher than 467.20. That would be the highest I'd want to see it. Ideally lower than 466.64. So we're up a little bit higher than I want. So we're almost at the middle of the channel with our moving average. So that in and of itself makes it a little bit more complicated. For a day trade, though, if you can get a retest of the 8 and a bounce, just use the 8 as your break point. I would not go all the way back down to that 166 and somewhere down below that have a stop below it. But 170.65 would be resistance. Now, with that being said, we're down today. So I don't think we're going to get that bounce. I don't think SPY is coming back per se today unless some great news comes out. So hope that one helps. IWM. Mary. IWM. All right. So IWM, which is Russell 2000, of course, they've had a nice pullback in there. They've broken. Again, they were down 20 some odd points this morning. 17 points right now is the down. So, which puts them at 23.12. Yeah, but we're looking at IWM. Actually, let's see. Can we go back here? So IWM is at, we'll call it 230 right now. So it's sitting right at that level for IWM, Robert. So a little caution. You know, you can trade it. If you get a bounce, you can trade it. But I really would be looking for a break of that 230 level. So get me down to 229-ish. Come back up to the 230 and fail. And there's my potential entry is right there. All right. Hope it helps. Kevin's asking about Valero. All right, so on Valero, we've had a nice pullback and a bounce. If we fib it, put a fib on this. Right, we got a nice bounce off our 618. So if we get a continuation move on energy, you could be looking at that 75 is the next target for the inverted H pattern, right? But be careful. We are in an upside down moving average structure. So if we fail, we're looking at 70 as our downside target. Robert, you're welcome. Say Hey is asking on Home Depot, why didn't you redraw the fibs after the validation of this negative 618? Say Hey, send an email into support, and I'll look at that in the next pop update. All right. Good, Clyde. Good. All right. So last one, VOD. $10 stock. Not a lot of Velo 3D. Not a lot of opportunity here. You can see they sat at $10 for a long time. They finally got some legs and started moving around. I don't really see anything here that tells me take the trade. I'd be a little bit leery on anything bullish. We're in a neutral bias right now. But if you can get back above the 8, realize you've got lower highs in here. So that's a little bit concerning. But you would look at that $13 as your next resistance. All right, fantastic. So, guys, I got a jet. The market's getting ready to open. I've got 2 positions I need to manage this morning, 2 others that I want to take a look at potentially entering. So, hey, everybody have a wonderful Thanksgiving, right? God bless. You know, focus on family and you know, enjoying each other's company this week and, you know, have fun. That's what we're going to do. That's why I'm not trading on Friday. We're just all hanging out and doing our thing. So make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Take care, folks. Again, happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you at our next update. New time, same bat channel, Monday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. All right. See you then, folks. Take care. Bye.